On this episode of Building the Exocet, I am going over radiator mounting. I purchased a factory replacement, I shouldn't say factory replacement, a factory style full aluminum dual core radiator from, I think it's Yonaka Performance, something like that. I got it for around $200 shipped. Ships out of Canada. Looks to be pretty decently built. Total cost for a radiator, including a aluminum shroud and dual fans, was about, I think it was $199, $201, something like that. So pretty good price. I looked at the Mishimoto's, but $250 for the radiator, another couple $100 for the shroud and the fans, and this looks very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. If it doesn't work, I'll probably upgrade to a Mishimoto or a Flying Miata radiator. But I'll show you how I went ahead and did the mounts. I fully welded all the mounts in, and I'll show you the height and positioning and everything like that, hopefully to help you guys out a little bit. Here's the radiator basically installed and finished. As you can see, when I was mocking it up, I used some zip ties to mount it to the frame so I could fit the nose cone over it just to check fitment. And unfortunately, that kind of screwed up some of the fins there. It is what it is. I'm also going to be running, or am running, a coolant reroute. This is a Hawley, H-A-W-L-E-Y, coolant spacer. Pretty nice piece, $75 shipped. You know, and then did the Kia Sophia, yeah, I think it's Sophia or Sorrento throttle, or excuse me, coolant housing. That bolts right up with some new hardware, and then gives you the proper placement for the return off the head. So basically, not 100% sure yet. I am going to be blocking off this line here, but basically going to be routing this all the way up into the radiator here, and then the exit of the radiator will be down here, and we'll be going to the housing on the water pump. So basically, this is what I have here, this mounting. I'm going to go over where I welded and how I manipulated the brackets to make this work out, and just kind of show you guys the height of the radiator install. Okay, so as you can see here, my radiator cap, if you're taking into reference the top bar, to the top of the bar is about 4 3/4 inches. This height here, as you can see, it's quite a bit above the frame, has zero issues clearing the bodywork. Now, of course, you'll need to check this on your car, because since these are a kit car and really not very close to the same specs on size every time they are made, no matter what they tell you, they aren't. You need to double check this and check your fitment with your nose cone and hood first before mounting this. My issue with my hose cone and nose cone and hood fitment is hitting the valve cover here and hitting this little guy here on top of the throttle body. So I'm going to have to address those later. Nothing I can do about it. I can't move the engine or anything like that, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to have to address that by raising the bodywork or whatever I'm going to have to do when that time comes. But now, first off, these mounts here, this is the upper radiator mount. I don't know if you can see that there. Basically, this has a rubber grommet that goes through it to secure the top of the radiator on both sides. Now, normally, how this bracket's bent here, this upper piece is normally bent back there, but it will not clear this tube. So I went ahead and put it in the vise and bent this part of the bracket out straight, as well as on this side, and then welded them in. And then I welded this bracket all the way around to the frame everywhere. The lower brackets here are welded to the bottom of the subframe, and then bolt in, and then there's about another inch down here that hung down past that I drilled this hole out and then went ahead and cut this off. Go ahead and show you the other side here as well. Basically same thing there. And then, not my best welds for sure. But basically welded this here, and then also, I don't know if you can see, but down in there I also welded on this side as well as underneath here to get everything up there. I also see a couple other points here where it looks like I could have gotten some more welding done there. So that's basically how I welded in these brackets to make them work, and this, you know, makes for a nice strong support. I just felt it was a little better than just bolting them in. So I got to go ahead and go around once I get it pulled apart and clean up those welds, and once I have a little better access to points, maybe weld that in a little bit better and go from there. So that's kind of the mounting points for the radiator. I will do another chapter on strictly just the welding, or excuse me, the routing of the coolant lines, because that's going to be pretty complex here. As you can see, I made put a freeze plug in the front here and made a block off plate to hold that freeze plug in the head. This is where the factory stock neck comes out. I went ahead and deleted that. I will not be using that. So yeah, another quick thing too, went ahead and I got the steering wheel on, the Nrg steering wheel. It's actually pretty, doesn't feel flexy at all like I thought it would. It's fairly firm. Really don't like the grips and feel of this though. So I'll probably replace this. This is pretty darn cheap. I think it's about 90 bucks. Probably replace that here in a minute, but last video I didn't show you guys this, but steering wheel now is mounted and basically ready to go. Got the quick release on and everything like that. So anyways, that's it for this video. Just want to show you guys a quick video on radiator mounting and how I welded in my brackets and did all that. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you next time.